How you doing? Hi, Junior. Hey, Bruce. Uh, Let me know if the sound's all right, okay? Sound all right, guys? Okay. Okay, good. The sound's all right. Hey, and something, how's it going? Um, I, hey, oh, hey, Joseph. Okay. Hey, Batu, how you doing, man? Chris, let's a couple things I wanted to sort of, I guess they're almost like news gossip rather than anything else. If any of you are in the area, the New York area, the Horological Society of New York is having on Monday. F.P. Jorn is giving a talk on resonance, and he also is coming with. There's a guy called the F.P. Jorn guy, some guy in Canada, and he's going to be. They're going to be talking about resonance. I know a couple people who have resonance watches, or maybe thinking about getting one, and I think this would be a very, very, very interesting event to attend. So that's that. Um, Hey, Christopher, I'm glad you did. Hey, I no idea. Oh, okay. Well, so anyway, that's one thing, and that is coming up this Monday. So today's Wednesday, so it's about 5 days from now. And if you're interested, if you live in the New York area, might be something you'd be interested in. The other thing is that Malin, the guy who is the CEO of H. Moser and Company, is going to be at Cellini's Jewelers on a week from tomorrow on Thursdays. His last name is Malin, and I'm trying to remember his first name, but he's going to be there from 11 o'clock. Again, both of these are in the New York area. Edward, yeah, that's right. It's probably pronounced really sounding very French, which I will not be kind to. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see. The only thing keeping me from getting a resonance is money. Yeah, that's that's true for a lot of people, but it still could be interesting. I find the phenomena always very interesting. Hey, Tippy. Um, so those are the two things. Hey, Clyde, how you doing, man? Um, anyway, the those are the two announcements, and any other kind of stuff going on in watches. One thing I discovered, and you may want to know this, if you've ever bought a watch through Chrono 24 and you're doing it through them rather than going around and doing it another way, let's say directly with the person who's selling you the watch. One of the things I found out, and a watch I got recently, I got a great buy on it and everything, very happy with it. Uh, all of a sudden, I saw this bank charge. There was a bank charge for like $300 for an international transaction. Well, the watch that I got was in California. And so I'm thinking, wait a minute, there was no international transaction. How could that happen? Well, what happens apparently when you buy it through Chrono 24 and the money goes to Germany or wherever or their Swiss bank account, wherever it might be. And so my bank, I mean, it's a ridiculous charge. I mean, $300 for a charge to transfer money is nuts. I at least I think it's nuts. So I don't know. How about the rest of you? Hi, Mark. How you doing, man? I'm glad you made it. Um, okay. So anyway, hey, have any of you guys noticed a charge like that? Have you bought from? Has anybody who's here now bought from Chrono 24? I'm not blaming this on Chrono 24. It's not their fault. It's my bank's, and I would just wonder if anybody else has had a bank charge like that. The money goes to German. Nah, come on, to fund to fund Chrono 24. Um, okay, let's see. All right, so let's see. Never bought anything from Chrono 24. Okay, has anybody? No, no, nobody. None of you have. You know, I shop on, but then contact the seller directly. Yeah, that's what a lot of us do. But now I found another reason to do it that way. You know, I felt that if you don't know or you're not too sure about the seller or you've never dealt with them before, um, I prefer to go through there because what happens, the money goes into escrow until you get your watch, and then you check it, and then you send the thing back to Chrono 24 saying everything is Jake or not. And so, to me, it's something that is extremely good to have and to know about, but on the other hand, man, that's a big charge. I was just wondering if it's my bank, which is my my bank. I don't want to talk about my bank. Okay, let's see. I have recently bought my reversal. Must check. Don't think so. Yeah. Okay, you're an EU citizen now. That's probably within the EU. It's not a big problem. Hey, Longshoreman, how you doing, man? How are things in Toronto? Um, let's see. I bought from Chrono 24 quite a bit. James, hi, how are you? James, tell me, did now see this is my credit card, my bank, everything. I have everything together. So um, when I saw the charge on my credit card, I thought, whoa, man, that's a lot. So anyway, I just wanted to see. Must be your bank. My bank in Canada charged me. Yeah. See. Well, now for a wire transfer, it's different. I was making a bunch of wire transfers. The wire transfer still wasn't cheap. It was about $40 for each transfer, and I was going back and forth. I think between. I think it was in the Mid East, and some money was sent to me, and then we found out that the watch wasn't available, so I sent the money back. It was a lot, and so here I am shifting money back and forth, and I've got to. I hope, I hope they said, "What is this guy doing?" Anyway, okay, so let me see who else. Longshoreman just got in from shoveling. Oh man, it's snowing there. We're in southern New England, so this year has been pretty good. We had most of our snow in December. Haven't so far this year it hasn't been much at all. Okay, let's see. Anyone know anything about the Eberhard Abergraph? Pretty cool. Pilots Chrono Lamani. Oh wow, under 2K. Orange Hand a few years ago. Eberhard won the sports watch for the Grand Prix d'Horlogerie de Genève. And it was one of the reasons, one of the judges who gave him the award was talking about how they were able to put together a really good watch, even though it had an ETA in it. They did a great job, and it did all of these functions and so forth. And they so that was why they got the award. And they were up against, watches. There was this one watch, it was like $100,000 Ulysse Nardin. So it's Eberhard does have some very good stuff. Okay, let's see. What charge did you get on your card? It wasn't on my card. It was just like in my account. It was $300. That's crazy. um, the possible to purchase watches from suppliers of shop worn directly. Yeah, yeah, you can. In fact, that was how I got my son's watch, Mark. Excuse me. Yeah, we just went right to them. See, the thing about uh, um, shop worn is right over here in New Jersey. It doesn't matter whether it's close or not. But you know, if I order something from shop worn, I get it pretty quickly. On the last one, I didn't hear anything from 'em. Usually, when you make an order, they'll say, "Okay, well, we shipped it." And so I called them, and I just wanted to make sure they had the order, and they said, "It'll be there in a couple days. You know, we're shipping a bunch of stuff." I said, "Okay." I just wanted to be sure they had it. Got it the next day. I That's the second watch I've got from Shopworn, and I got great deals, brand new watch. Both of them that I've had with Shopworn have been excellent, and they've been directly with Shopworn. I was looking at them today for something else. I was working on a video for Friday, and so I was looking around for different things, and I found a really great buy there, and so I was, trying to put together sort of a collector for a lesser kind of stuff. Okay. As I said, you can't talk that way. You gotta be careful. They get. All right, let's see. The time all EU wire transfer reduced to practically nil. We rejoiced. Okay. Um, all right, no international incidents on our discussion. Okay. Everybody's friends. All right. Let's see. What do you see? Crown 24 Bank is in Luxembourg. Aha. I know somebody in Luxembourg, and I'll have words with him in the Duchy of Luxembourg. Okay, let's see. Please show us that beautiful. Oh, hey, you want to see my? There it is. Whoops. Let's see if I can get a picture of it. Yeah, this is my. Now there's a mystery number between here and here. We're not sure what it is. It's between the three and the two and the four. No idea what it is. And it's tilted. Uh, okay, let's see. Shop worn from supplier to shop worn. Oh, that's a good question. I may have, and I wouldn't know because what happens is that I don't know what the route goes. There's some route that because I've seen watches show up on Touch of Modern, and I've seen those watches somewhere else. I've seen them reduced, and there's a certain point that they just send them to time of Touch of Modern. And one day, there was a watch I saw. It was a really cool watch. I said, "Well, I'll negotiate with Time of Touch of Modern." They don't negotiate. They sent me a thing back saying, "Well, this is what the seller wants, and we can't negotiate." So apparently, they have some kind of deal that they can't. I mean, it's sort of somebody says, "I want this," and there's no negotiation involved. Um, okay, let's see. Thank you, Mohammed. Hey, Mike, was that money you were charged the exchange rate American to euros? No, it wasn't. It was just the fact that the bank sent the money because see it was an American company that I got the watch from, and it was American dollars that I paid. That's exactly what I paid. But then they stacked on that other thing, and so I didn't. I thought that was a little unreasonable. Uh, our tax havens, Luxembourg will take a hit soonish. London wants to take its place as a tax haven. Hey, okay. I thought where Roger Smith lived, he lives on some tax haven island. Yeah, what was I forgot? I forgot the name of the island he lives on. Anyway, so I our state is not a tax haven. Connecticut loves its taxes, and actually, though, I don't mind it because I what I did is that I compared Connecticut with some other states, and the average income in Connecticut was, even with the taxes, was a lot more. It's just the way they do things. Now they're thinking of having tolls, and we'll see. Isle of Man, that's it, Batu. Exactly. He lives on the Isle of Man. From what I understand, it's a tax haven, and I don't know whether I should live there. Hey, Tim, a Brightly Navy I 756. Um, okay, Isle of Man. Right, right, right. Let's see. Hi, Truth Fears Guilty. How you doing, man? Okay, everybody's got Isle of Man. My company left Greenwich, Connecticut. Ah, Tim, that's a shame. I don't think anybody can afford to live in Greenwich except Greenwich people. You know, the place that's really expensive, I was looking at a thing up, is Silicon Valley. Uh, you know, if we only knew then what we knew now, I'd buy land up there and be able to retire. Okay, tolls everywhere. Yeah. Let's see. Um, Tim, doggone it. Sorry you guys left Connecticut. I love Connecticut. I'm a Westerner, from the West, and somehow I just like it here. Okay, so let's talk about watches. One of the things that I want to look into, if you buy from New Hampshire, where you save on taxes, Mark, what they charge is the taxes of the state that you order from. They used not to do anything. I'd go over to New York and have them send it to me here in Connecticut because the tax in New York, city tax, all of the taxes, it's like 8.5%. And you're talking about, $20,000-$30,000 watches. That's a lot of money. And so I can come over here and they send it, and they could send it over with no tax. And that was quite a savings. But now what you want to do, one of my sons lives in Oregon, and they have no sales taxes there at all, and that would be a place to ship it. I went to it was sort of something interesting about taxes. I went to the Vacheron Constantin boutique in New York. This is back in I got something in my eye, back in 2016. And I went there to get because I wanted to see the new overseas. They had a beautiful watch, wonderful movement, and that was when I discovered the Quadriga. And so when I was there, I'd say, well, I tell you what if I buy the watch and I'll just buy it from Connecticut? I'll sort of pick it out and you can put it aside, and then I'll go back to Connecticut, order it there, so everything is on the up and up. And they said, no, we'd have to, to charge you New York taxes. Well, wait a minute. They said any place that they had a shop or they sold Vacheron Constantins, they'd have to charge New York's taxes for it. So it was so finally I said, well, how about Rhode Island? Oh, yeah, we can send it to Rhode Island. There's nothing in Rhode Island. They have no shop there. Okay. Okay, let's see what you got. Yeah, maybe that might work. I don't know what Mark, does New Hampshire have no sales tax? If that's it, then that would work. Um, Either that or have it ordered from New Hampshire and have a friend or somebody in New Hampshire send it to you. I usually ship to my dad in Florida and then go see him and pick it up. Hey, that's a good idea. If he, like, I, all the way to, it would be a little pricey to go all the way to Oregon for that. For me anyway. But if you go see your dad every now and then, live in Florida. So strange, your sales tax system, a bit like Switzerland, charges. Switzerland's is really interesting. I talked to some guys who went to one of the shows. I think it was Basel World or one of those. Anyway, so they went there and they stayed in Germany because the rates were so high in Switzerland. and they just take the train over to, I think, Geneva or Basel or wherever it was. And boy, he said every time they came across the border, the Swiss were all over them about their watches, and so it was like, okay, hey Sam, what do you think of VC? Okay, man, don't give me a number. 82 172. I'm not sure what that is, Sam. The traditional. Let me think. I'm not sure which one that is. Traditionals are sort of cool though. And that's sales tax 15%. Wow, that's a big sales tax. And that's something. Here it's like 6% or something like that. So that's not so bad. We're living in the time of pharaohs. We just get a UPS box and no sales tax. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes that happens to me too. That's not me. uh, Here we have to pay and keep on paying. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, Nino, VAT taxes in the high teens, well over 20 in Europe. Yeah, I know. VAT, man, I tell you, that's one thing I don't, when we go to Europe and buy a bunch of stuff, we pay VAT. But then right on the way back, we at the airport, there's a place where you take all of your receipts and give it to them. They give you all your VAT money back, which I think is great for tourists. Depends on the province. It's closer to 15 in Quebec. I love Quebec. I really do. I just love going to Quebec. One of my favorite places. 18 to 20% in most EU countries. Yeah, I think it's like I think it's in Switzerland. It was only like 9%, whereas if I got it from Germany, it was 19, something like that. I think. Last time I went to Ottawa, I bought a bottle of Coca-Cola. It came out to $1.15 in Ottawa. I don't know. I tell you, this is. I live in the country. I become a country mouse. All right, this is what we have. If I walk down the street, it's a mile from my house to the corner, and there are houses all along the way. Right in the middle of that, there's this guy who's got this little stand, and there's a money box out there, and there are these fresh eggs because he has chickens out in the back, and it's like $4 a carton, and you're just supposed to leave your money there and take your eggs and go home. People do that all the time. I don't think the guy has lost a dime. In fact, he may have made some money if someone had a $5 bill and they put it in there. There's no taxes, no nothing, and maybe there's I don't know if the city will ever come out here or bother with the guy or even know what he's doing. He's got this thing that looks like a covered wagon, and it's got all of these fresh eggs in it. And so I see people come running down the street in the morning, I think in their robe and pajamas, buying eggs. Now, that it sounds like I live in medieval somewhere, but that's like I said, this is I become a country mouse. Okay, what do you guys else? What else we got going? We have GST and PST, two taxes on Ontario. They sound expensive. As I okay. Zim, evil Swiss do hate us, you EUs. That goes back to all the Nazi money they had to stash for us. Ooh. Okay, guys, let's be nice to everyone. Okay. It's just how the breakdown works, but every province does it through HST, and now you can get away with it by ordering from another province. Okay. That's Canada. All right, so let's talk about some changes that are taking place. A couple that we talked about some. One of the things that I noticed that I think that is really great for collectors is I've seen some strategies that they've been sort of easing into to lower the price. Now, the mindset of a lot of people working in watch companies is this: if we lower the price, it will lower the estimation of our product. The reason that empirically doesn't work, look at what Harboring 2 did. They came out with a brand new watch, in-house movement in the Felix, and people love the things. And they were like, oh, I think like $4,500 or something. I think they're up now, but not much. But you can do it, and it's very hard to find a Harboring 2 for two reasons. One, they don't make a lot of them, and two, people keep them. If they like them. So anyway, it doesn't cheapen the value of something. What cheapens the value of something is when you put junk in your watch. To me, this is why I always start fuming about companies like Breitling, who fib about they're not exactly forthcoming about the movements they put in their watches. I was looking at one the other day. It was $5,000, had an ETA in it, and they called it something else. Same old, I don't want to be a stuck record on that. But when you see other companies, H. Moser came out with this incredibly cool watch that looks like what would you call it? I forgot. I think it's called a Heritage. It's blue. It's beautiful, and it's got those. It looks almost like a pilot's watch, I guess, but something like that. Very cool numbers on it and everything else. So, and then they lowered it. I mean, everything they had was over $20,000, and they thought, okay, well, let's try this. And I think it's in a series called the Pioneer series. That was one thing. That's one company, and of course, the quality wasn't taken down a bit. In fact, they are doing some things with the dial on them that makes them even look better. So I mean, so you can do that without lessening the perceived value of the watch. Some companies just don't see that, and they have these crazy high prices and are not selling watches, and they wonder why. Oh wow, okay, longshoreman. That's an interesting thing. I remember a few years back buying a Rolex, 10% discount if you paid cash and no sales tax. They can do that. It's like, good grief. I think a lot of us, our cars. This one guy I was looking at there was a Facebook picture, and a guy had his watch up in a car steering wheel, and and he said an expensive watch and a cheap a cheap car. He can buy the expensive watch by having the cheap car, which is oh come on, this is nuts. Okay, let's see what you got. Got my birthday Friday. Hey, as I said, happy birthday. Hope you get something good. Okay, let's see now. What else you guys got? Okay, now come on. I don't want to see a civil war up in Canada between Edmonton and and Ottawa. Let's see what you have. Okay, let's see. Orange and Sam M. Get an overseas. Couldn't agree more. You never have to take it off. Swimmable. Yeah. I tell you, the thing about the overseas that this is the overseas 3 that they did, that when you get one, two things about the straps. They come with 3 straps. They come with a gator strap, a metal bracelet, and then a rubber strap. And they have these quick release things that they made for them, and they pop right on and off. So yeah, I agree with that. Still enjoying my Moser Endeavor small second. Clyde, I'm glad you're still here, because this was these things, these beautiful watches. Was able to get them for they're not giving them away by any stretch of the imagination, but man, they are gorgeous and they're incredibly well made. So anyway, that's I don't want to sound like I don't want to sound like an advertisement for H Moser, but it's just I really like. Same thing with FP Journe. The other watches that I just really like are the Lang and Hein. That the watch company that has neither Lang nor Hein anymore. All right, Mosers are pricey, yeah, but you know you can find some really good buys on them. Um, oh, by the way, too, one of the other things, Time of Switzerland, their website is back up again. They still have really great prices, and if you live next door to them in Switzerland, you might go over and get something. Make sure you get it. Let's see. Dow Jones down 2,000 points in the past 3 days. Should translate to lower luxury prices soon. That would be nice. Let's see. I've been wearing my JLCs this week. I've been neglecting them. You know, uh, JLCs are, I tell you, they are one of the best, really high quality watch buys around. They are excellent watches. Um, they sort of have a funny position in watch collection. I don't know anyone who doesn't like them, or at least one of them, the Reverso or this or that. I got my wife a Reverso, one of the first things, and this was like years ago now. Perfect shape, looks beautiful, hasn't, and it keeps great time. Um, okay, let's see. Tried some Beauvais last week. Can't stop thinking about them. I don't blame you. Beauvais is another one that is just, they're different kinds of ones. I like the ones, the 1930 Fleurier with the bow and crown. But the ones that are the most popular are the what they call the demier, which has the traditional kind of strap on them. That's okay. Let's see. Uh, Something there just watches with imprints on them. That I like them. Any idea for a ticking table watch? A ticking table watch. There is one. It'd be more like a clock if it's what I think it is. Jacques Lecoutre has one. They have I forgot what the name of it was, but that's a pretty good one. Del Rey has that stupid Beauvais recital that I hear calling me in my sleep. Buy me, buy me. God. I hate it when a watch does that to me. Anyway, guys, listen. This is, like I said, this is just sort of gossip today. I figure on Wednesday we could just talk about anything we want to, and I really don't have, other than a couple things that something that would be fun to talk about. Anyhow, time for me to go, and thank you all very much for coming. And let's see, we're having on Friday, we're having something for people starting off in watch collection, that very affordable kind of thing, but also trying to figure out it's affordable and something about each watch is cool. And then on Sunday, I think you're going to like the review that we're having, the collection review. Okay, and we'll have our also our streaming on Saturday again. Take care.